What's happening, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to Junkdrummer TV, where I give my initial reactions, my hot takes, and my analysis on the drummers of today and yesterday, and maybe tomorrow if I stick around that long. I'm a professional drum teacher and a gigging musician, and I have been those things for the last 20 plus years. Today's drummer is definitely a drummer of today, and he's also probably best known to drummers as a very successful YouTuber. We're going to be watching Harry Miree, dude. That's right, dudes. We're going to be watching Harry play a drum solo. What's he calling this? Drum solo gone wrong in a stadium, dude. If you are a watcher of his content, he is the funniest music YouTuber by far. K-Mac's hilarious too. Jared Dines can be funny. But man, Harry, on top of being an amazing drummer, we're going to probably see how great he is. I haven't watched this yet. Man, he is the funniest drummer, and that includes Fred Armisen. I ran into his content coming home from the road, and I ran into his video that discussed finances of the Sideman. That's just a classic video that any musician who wants to be in the business, that is a must-watch video. Then I watched Harry basically destroy a whole industry of wooden boxes with his now infamous video about how, I don't know what it's called. But what if I don't want to play cajon, dude? Ugh, man, I just got asked to play cajon on a gig last Wednesday for a radio station, and I just sent that video to whoever it was I was in contact with, and I showed up with a jazz kit because I was not going to come with a cajon. Harry Miree is also, and that's the thing about him, is most people think of him, if you're a YouTube drum watcher, you think of him as, you know, that hilarious guy down in Nashville, but more importantly than just the some of the most funniest shit that pertains to drumming that's on YouTube, he is a A1 first class drummer. I don't know all the gigs that he's had. I know that according to that one Drumeo video, because he also went up and took over Drumeo for a day, which is a great video. You got to watch that. I think he's got some big pop gig, but I know he's played with a lot of like Nashville country artists because he lives in Nashville. Probably homeboy's probably done a shit ton of gigs on Broadway, if you know what I'm talking about. And usually I don't do solos. I usually, those of us who do drum reaction videos, we kind of have this unspoken respect to kind of stay out of each other's lane. You know, the other bald drum teacher does solos, but we're going to do a solo today, and it will make sense why I'm doing a Harry Miree video in a few days. Actually, be on the lookout on the channel on Friday, and you'll find out why we're doing Harry today. That is what we call in the business a tease. So, I've put him over enough. Let's watch Harry Miree play drum solo gone wrong in a stadium, dude.
Give it up for Miree!
He's a monster drummer. He's a monster drummer. Yeah. Okay, so if you are a viewer of his, you know that he has put the cowbell over to the moon. It's a big part of his aesthetic is cowbell. Thank you so much, Will Ferrell. So yeah, his drum solo obviously has to have a cowbell in it. This guy's so silly. He's so awesome. Oh, yes, of course. Some heavy double bass, man. That's one thing I've noticed, because I've pretty much watched every video he's got, and he does a lot of the videos where he does one of the better Carter Beauford impersonations that you're going to see on YouTube. And the times when you see him let loose, he has crazy double bass jobs. I wonder if he's ever played in like a metal band before.
Hit me with the horn, 20.
We'll find out.
Keep making noise. Keep making
Yes.
noise.
I love this song. Oh, he's so silly. Oh, God. Excuse me. It's not COVID. It's not COVID, I swear. Homeboy is losing drumsticks on purpose. I am for certain that there's somebody in his comment section on this video who is saying like, hey man, why are you posting a video of you dropping all these drumsticks? If you know his sense of humor, and I think he's the funniest. If it's between him and K-Mac, it just makes so much sense for him to do some sort of like deconstructioned absurdist drum solo that includes dropping drumsticks. The fact that he's, keeping the groove all the time, doing that. He's really showing off to show you, like, oh goodness, he worked that out with whatever bass player, I'm sure. Bet you that was a bass player. I know for a fact that was a bass player that threw, maybe it is one that's a guitar player, that threw the drumstick back at him because the guitar player would never want to, have that much fun on stage with something that didn't directly involve him or her. I don't know who this is he's with. Harry Miree never drum soloed again, nor did anyone want him to. He's so good. He's been asked a lot in my comment section over the last year that I've had this channel, and I'm not going to react on like his skit type videos, and this is kind of one of the first things he's put up, where I think he's got some other stuff where he's playing with like maybe to tracks of bands he's playing with. But yeah, a couple commenters, when this dropped a few days ago, last week I think, I had a few commenters saying, hey, you should definitely do this, and I'm glad to do it. Okay, there's going to be some drum set purists out there that is going to, I think, probably poo-poo that in the comments section, and you are incorrect to do so. This drum solo was not, a artistic exploration of themes and variations and dynamics. And that's fine, because everything in its right place. This is a drum solo at a stadium, right? I don't know who he's on tour with to have this big a crowd, but I've actually have played in a few of those situations. I've played in front of 15,000 people a few times. But I never played a solo like that. But when you go to see a solo under these conditions, it's got to be what he just did. He's playing with a country band, so you've got citizens, non-music nerds out there. They're just fans of songs, and that solo is a solo that all of those people are going to go home and talk about. The guy that played the wacky cowbell shit, and he kept dropping his drumstick, and that was a work, everyone. He was definitely not, meaning to drop his drumstick. It's a ballsy move for him to do that. That's how confident and just all around silly that he is, to set up his drum solo where he keeps dropping drumsticks like Dada artists to be pretentious would really appreciate what he just did there. It was very Dada, very absurdist to drop his drumstick all the time. But yeah, you pretentious snobs out there that may or may not bitch about that. That's a kind of solo that you do to entertain the crowd. That is a super entertaining drum solo. You could see in the middle of all that how much of a badass he is, and he is. He played along with that hip hop song. Of course, he had to play fucking the cowbell song. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, if you all enjoyed that, like I said, please stick around for my channel on Friday, and we're about to find out a whole lot more about Mr. Miree. Again, he's a top-notch drummer. He's indicative of what's running around in Nashville. I live in an area where lots of musicians from my area go to Nashville with, dreams and aspirations, and it's a really hard scene to exist in. I have friends down there that are existing in it. Actually, one of my best friends is the bass player for Jake Owens. And it's hard to exist down there because motherfuckers like that's running around. It's maddening. It's the reason why I never went down there. The competition's too stiff. It's too stiff because you go to the Waffle House and there's a cat that plays this good making your waffles. That Nashville is saturated with gunslingers and uber talented cats. I never wanted to have to try to compete with that. But if you haven't watched his content, go immediately, shut me off right now and go watch every one of his videos because they are hilarious. Fred Armisen, you did a pretty good job at like drummer jokes, but you ain't got nothing on Harry Miree. And if y'all enjoyed all that, please give me a like, comment, and share. Give me a double tap on the subscription notification bell. Check out my Patreon page. Check out my merch table, dudes. And keep practicing till it's easy.